हौसला कैसे झुके, ये आरज़ू कैसे रुके, ये हौसला कैसे झुके, ये आरज़ू कैसे रुके। मंजिल मुश्किल तो क्या, धुंधला साहिल तो क्या, तन्हा ये दिल तो क्या, तो ना तेरे ना तेरे ना तो तेरे ना तेरे, तो ना तेरे ना तेरे ना तो ना तेरे ना तेरे, ये हौसला यारो जी भर के चीले पर लगता है आजकल दौर अपनाएगा। यारो जो खुद पे हो यकीन, तो जिंदगी हंसी तुझे कल बुलाएगा। है जुनू सा सीने में।
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for bringing me in with a song sung by our dear friend KK. KK and I were in college together, as you know, and in fact, he's the reason because of whom a lot of people from college came to Bombay to try our luck in the industry. So KK actually was the pioneer. He brought us here. Unfortunately, he left us too soon. But felt great for several reasons actually. One, the song has been sung by KK. It's from a film, New York, which I shot about 13, 14 years ago in New York. I lived for 4 months there and I shot that. It was also one of my first big commercial successes. So thank you, Salim.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Salim Merchant. How wonderful was he? Salim, amazing. We're going from one amazing artist to the other. Okay, this was great. And we're going to have Salim back on stage very, very soon. But let's hear it from him one last time. People at the back. How amazing was this? Thank you, Salim.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, Kabir Khan in the house. You know, it is super awkward. One of the most super awkward things you can possibly do in life is to introduce your own husband who has his own set of fantastic achievements without saying you left the towel on the bed. So what I'm going to try and attempt to do is ask him a few questions to which I promise you I do not know the answers. Okay, and there are still some things like that. So welcome, Kabir.
Thank you.
And
Good
thank
evening,
you.
ladies and gentlemen. It feels lovely to be here with all of you at this fabulous platform, this great gala that SKN Foundation has organized. I feel blessed and honored to be a part of this and be able to contribute in any small way that I can to this noble cause.
Yep, absolutely. And I hope you do know that New Jersey is full of Bollywood fans. Yes or no? Everyone watches films? Okay, I want to know how many of you actually managed to watch 83? All right, there's a full house in there. Okay. So I'm going to start with a question that you know, I have often wanted to ask you. We just never got around to doing it in the 24 years that we've been together. But quite honestly, Kabir, you know, all your films, whether it's Kabul Express or it's, you know, New York or then Bajrangi Bhaijaan, Ek Tha Tiger, all of them have a certain socio-political background that you use, you know, to base your films in. But everybody doesn't know that you were a documentary filmmaker before you became a film director, and you were doing that anyway with your documentaries. Why did you want to switch to film?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, so when I used to watch Bollywood films, I used to struggle as an audience sometimes to watch, you know, stories without a social or a political context, you know, stories set in La La Land. And I used to say, why can we not put a stronger context to it. And I was doing documentaries. But at the same time, I was getting a little frustrated as a documentary filmmaker because at that point in time, we didn't have too many avenues to showcase our films. And I was making these documentaries, sending them out to international markets, but I was not being able to communicate with the audiences in India. And at the end of the day, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, we want that connect. And then one incident happened with me at that time when I was doing my documentaries, but thinking of moving towards the big screen because I do believe that there is no more powerful medium in India than the big screen, the silver screen. And this incident actually completely changed the way I was looking at stories, and I realized that if I need to make a story, it needs to be on the big screen because that's the only way I'm going to reach to the larger audience. And this was during one of the documentaries I was doing in Afghanistan in the year 2001. This was just a month post when the Americans had started bombing Afghanistan, and I had done some work earlier in Afghanistan, so we're trying to do this documentary on the Taliban. And because we're from India, we would not get the regular visa, which would allow us to go through Pakistan to Afghanistan. So we had to overfly Afghanistan, go to Uzbekistan, then drive to Tajikistan, and then try and enter Afghanistan. And it was a dead end. And a lot of us were stuck there in a place called Dushanbe. And everything we tried, nothing would work. We would, try and drive across the mountains. There was a landslide, avalanches. We had to come back. We wanted to take a chopper, and the chopper that we were supposed to take the next day crashed a day before we were supposed to take it.
Bro.
And
what is this life you led?
Finally, when we decided that maybe we should, call it a day and go back, we can't enter Afghanistan, there was this Russian military helicopter that was taking these medical supplies to Kabul from Dushanbe, and we realized that that's an opportunity, and we went, and fortunately, the Russian economy wasn't doing too well at that time, so we took the Russian pilot to the side and used an Indian, what we call jugaad. I think we paid him $2,000, and he hid us in the cargo, and the helicopter took off. And it's a 50-minute ride through the Hindu Kush mountains to Kabul. And somewhere before Kabul, he just brings the helicopter down, and he says, "Jump." I says, "What? We paid you $2,000. The least you can do is drop us down." He says, "No, I can't. Some technical reason. If I go down, the rebooting time is too high. I'll be off the radar. I'll have to explain. So jump." So literally, we jumped from the height of the ceiling with our cameras and bags. This is exactly the way. Then later, when I made the film Kabul Express, I made John and Arshad do it, and they were chickening out. And I said, "I did it, so you can do it." I think you just have to be in love with what you're doing. I mean, I've often said this, that I feel blessed that I feel like I've never worked in my life because I'm just doing what I love doing, and on top of that, people pay me to do it. Can't ask for anything better. So I think it's just the love that you have for your craft. I get very excited by the stories that I'm working on. Because, as you said, you have to hold on to that story, you have to hold on to that passion and excitement for a year and a half, sometimes 2 years. In the case of 83, it was a 4-year journey. And every single day that you're working on that film, your passion and excitement needs to be the same. You can't suddenly lose interest after a couple of months. So for me, that's really important, that I choose a story that truly excites me. And I feel, success for me is not really the hits and successes of your film. For me, it's being able to choose the story that I want to and be able to tell it the way I want to, because that's really what successful means. And I hope I'm able to do that for a long time to come. Get stories that excite me and bring them to the big screen.
Who exactly qualifies?
So, we all went through the pain, and how do you make that pain to the purpose?
Right.
And that purpose came to everybody's personal story, how I got involved with SKN. And getting those free medication, and the first charitable pharmacy in the state of New Jersey was family and friends,
right.
And also partnering with the national organization like Direct Relief and Dispensary of Hope and Eli Lilly, when they learned about our personal story, and that's how we were able to get those free medications for our pharmacy.
First, I'm Dr. First.
But how did the doctor get interested in the media?
Well, it's a funny story. When I turned 60, we had a big
60 now.
60. That time, I threw a big party. Now I'm 75.
I want to eat what you're eating. Look at him. Ji.
Deepak Chopra, few senators from the New York, New Jersey.
कफी में हुआ तुझको है दुआ दी और लगावे और मना हुआ कुर्बान हुआ कुर्बान हुआ अदा पे वफा पे शफा पे कुर्बान हुआ
तू ही तो जन्नत मेरी तू ही मेरी जनून तू ही तो मन्नत मेरी तू ही मेरा कसूर तू ही अखियों की ठंडक तू ही दिल की ये दस्तक और कुछ ना जानो बस इतना ही जानो तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा मैं क्या करूं तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा मैं क्या करूं सजदे सर झुकता है यारा मैं क्या करूं तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा मैं क्या करूं
Take the India, take the India, take the India, take the India.
Wow. Give it up. Vikram.
Machava, machava, te ishq pe machava, 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 te ishq pe machava. सपनों का जैसा खत है हाय गिली गिली चालत ही जैसा लट है
Right here, ladies and gentlemen, these wonderful kids who have overcome their shyness and their fears and put it out there. It's not an easy job. You can ask Salim to be able to do this. For them to be up here is incredible. Incredible. Okay, it's a good thing that everyone's busy with their envelopes.
Yeah, everyone's on the spotlight, so you can't hide now. Yeah, we want you to open your envelope.
You can put your cards into the envelopes, and let me tell you that we have, after the initial round of pledge drives, we have a couple of surprises that we'll be putting up for auction as well. So this is going to get more exciting, but I do know that we're running a little late, so we'd like to do this faster and bolder and better. Okay, you've just seen what a little bit of encouragement can do to the spirit of these children. Just by telling them that they can do it, by making their lives more comfortable, by making the lives of their parents more comfortable.
Alhamdulillah, shukran Allah, walhamdulillah, shukran Allah. Walhamdulillah, shukran Allah, walhamdulillah. नजरों से नजरें मिले तो जन्नत सी महकी फिजाएं लब ने जो लब छू लिया तो आसमां से बरसी दुआएं.
If you guys are still up for it, and if Salim's up for it, maybe we might have a song a little bit before the evening ends totally. So I know everybody's eating, but I would like to see if Salim ji would like to sing a song or so. But if not, then we'll call it close, and we'll try to see if we can get him off on. But anyway, till next year, we hope to see you all again, and thank you so much. And thank you, Minnie. Thank you, Kabir. And thank you, Salim, for making our evening so Bollywood-style glamorous.
Thank you for having us. And I must say that we've had an incredible experience this time round as well. And more importantly, my heart is so full because all of you have really walked the talk and made this evening count, and this Hope Gala truly raise hope. So thank you all for having us here, and thank you Naveen ji for having Kabir and me over to grace the gala, and all the very best to you, to SK, and to all the endeavors. Thank you everyone, have a very good time. We have a DJ, please enjoy the dinner, and we'll see you hopefully next year.